And we can get started. First up is Rock Kabako.
Brandon, how concerned are you about Austin's hamstring? What did you see happen there?
Actually, I didn't see it. It was such a confusing play. Then I had the phone ring behind me twice. Then all of a sudden he's coming off the field, even though I saw Nick at first base give the sign where it's going to be a base hit, not a catch. So then I see Austin running to the dugout, and I was a little bit confused at that point, but like everybody else was. He's just got some hamstring discomfort. So we'll come in tomorrow and we'll see how he is.
Next is Rich Dubroff.
Brandon, on the other hand, how nice is it to start a season with a 3-game sweep here and and a decisive 3-game sweep?
Yeah, well, I was so encouraged by our pitching. I thought we really threw the ball well all series. Obviously, the bats woke up in a big way early in the game. We took great at bats the first 3 innings. And really, Cedric Mullins setting the table for us. All 3 of these games, making things happen on base 6 times today, playing great center field defense, just doing everything extremely well. But we had a lot of guys contribute offensively. But you got to pitch in this league, and we pitched these 3 games, and we got really good starts from 3 guys, and our bullpen did a nice job coming in and throwing strikes.
Next is John Mioli.
Brandon, what made Bruce successful today?
You know what? That's not an easy task, what he did. Sitting twice for a long time after a long first inning, and then I think it was the 3rd. I don't have a box score from it. I think the 3rd when we scored 7. All right. So both those innings sat a long time. It's not warm here. And then to pitch with a substantial lead is a lot easier said than done as well, where you saw him get ambushed a couple times, one by Vasquez off the wall, one by JD. But be able to go out there and continue to pitch and throw strikes. Everybody's expecting you to throw strikes, and to be able to execute that says a lot about how his poise and his character, because that's not an easy thing to do. I've seen that a lot from young players, young pitchers, where you get a big lead and all of a sudden they pitch differently. Well, Zim pitched the same and pitched like it was a close ball game and gave us 6 really good innings.
Next is Stan Charles.
Brandon, if you could compare for me the first time you saw Brandon, Zimmermann, Bruce, the first time you saw him in spring training, you're Brandon. The first time you saw him in 2019 and what he is today, what has he gotten so much better at?
Well, just like a lot of our guys, I think experience in this division, in this league, it's not easy. It can humble you quick, but you learn to deal with some adversity. You see it in Cedric Mullins. I think you're seeing it in Bruce Zimmermann a little bit. Even though he didn't spend a ton of time with us last year, I think he understood that what you have to do, that experience was very, very valuable for him this year. I think that his stuff has just ticked up, and the command is a lot better than what I saw in spring training before.
Next is Joe Chazza.
Brandon, can you take us through that 3rd inning a little bit? What's it like to be in the dugout when you guys score 7 runs and everyone seems to be contributing?
Well, that was a great feeling. We had really good at bats. Richards has got a really good arm. He was erratic today, but he's got a really good arm. I've seen him pitch very well in Anaheim. But yeah, big hits all around. Just to try to refresh. But Franco with a huge at bat, huge double to break it open. I don't think we hit a home run in the series, which for me, when you score all these runs and you're not hitting a home run, even though we punched out a ton, we got big hits in big spots. We took really good at bats. And I'd like to see us cut down on the punch outs more, but a lot of really nice 2-strike hitting, a lot of good situational hitting, and we left some runs out there early too. But yeah, it's nice to see guys up and down the order contribute. Starting off with the top 3 guys, I think had 10 hits. So you're gonna win more games than not when that happens.
Next is John Mioli.
Brandon, in the course of a 6-month season, what does winning the first 3 games really mean to a team?
Means we got off to a nice start. Now we got 159 more to go.
All right. Last one from Stan Charles.
Brandon, if you could tell me a little bit about what you saw from Cole Sulser today and how it compared to what you saw last year where he evolved into the closer role. Was this sort of how he was pitching to get to that trusted spot in your mind?
Yeah, well, Souls has actually better numbers versus left-handed hitters than he does right, and I put him in a kind of a tough spot for him just because there was some guys I didn't want to use today. Souls gave us 2 enormous innings out of the bullpen. But yeah, the elevated fastball, he landed some sliders today, which was one thing last year where he'd have some yank misses and have to come in with his fastball. Just because his changeup is so good and it plays so well against lefties. You saw the at bat against Cordero, where Cordero was way out in front and on top of his changeup. And that might be the only left-hander he faced. But he did a nice job against the right-handers, landing a couple sliders and sticking that fastball at the top part of the zone, which has got a huge spin rate, and it's very, very tough to hit.
All right. Thank you, Brandon.
Threw that spin rate in there for Rock.
Got it in. And we can get started. First up is Rich Dubroff.
Hey, Bruce, how did it feel to get your first major league win with so much offense behind you?
Makes it a lot easier, first of all. But no, it feels great. My goal today was to go out and give my team the quality start. Was able to do that, and the win was a cherry on top. So it was, to watch the offense come alive like that was very encouraging, and especially, third game of the series to really put the nail in the coffin, take the sweep is a great confidence booster moving towards, a tough opponent with the Yankees coming up next. But getting that win today was a big sigh of relief, and I was just really happy to go out there and get a really good start under my belt off the bat.
Next up is John Mioli.
Bruce, there's a lot of baseball left to be played this year, but what does a 3-0 start mean to you guys in there?
Like you said, it's a long season. It's 162 games. So, but if anything, it's just a great confidence booster to this team, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of people this year. So this 3-0 start is, it's just the start, literally, but it feels great to get to that 3-0 off the bat.
Next is Joe Choza.
Bruce, how much fun was this weekend? Not even just today for you, but just the weekend in general to open the year like this.
It was fantastic. It was kind of nice to have that third start because I was able to take in, opening day and then kind of come down from that and, watch Harvey pitch because that was my first opening day, big league opening day I've ever been to as a fan and as a player. So it was an absolutely awesome experience to kind of take that in and not have to worry about pitching as much. And obviously being able to watch John, who me and his games mimic each other's a little bit. So it was really nice to watch John pitch exceptionally well, and then watch Harvey do the same thing and come out here and give the team a chance for a sweep. So overall, it was a really, really great weekend. I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the games this season, obviously.
All right, final question is from Stan Charles.
Bruce, first of all, congratulations on your first major league victory. I'm wondering, I know you didn't pitch for the Oriole organization a lot once you were acquired from Atlanta before Mike Elias and his regime came in. I'm wondering what impact Chris Holt and the way they teach pitching has had on you so far. It's had a very strong impact on my game in particular. I feel like I always prided myself on being kind of a smart pitcher, reading swings, kind of tailoring my game to that kind of stuff. But having Holt and Sig come in with their analytics and their information in 2018 really, really expanded my repertoire.
I mean, I went from a 2-seam to a 4-seam guy, and that made me way more successful against righty batters in general. So as a starter, that's paramount, obviously, because they're going to stack righties against me. And that was just the tip of the iceberg with what we kind of went through. So I definitely think with the information they've given us, not only myself, but the other young pitchers that are coming up for this organization, we've seen that rotation we had in Bowie saw a massive jump across the board in success of pitchers. So I think the availability of the analytics, along with the coaches we have up here that are able to implement and teach us and learn from them, has been a great learning experience. And I'm looking forward to continuing to build upon the success of working with those guys.
And we can get started. First up is Rich Dubroff.
Cedric, kind of just describe the feeling of having such a big opening weekend here, both for yourself and the team.
It's huge. I know all the work that we as a club have put in during spring training and, even during the off season, and it's showing early this season. And, we're just happy to be the group to get it going.
Next is John Mioli.
Cedric, how meaningful is your start to the season offensively and all the hits you've been able to get?
I didn't really catch that.
Sorry, we had some feedback. How meaningful has your start to the season offensively been to you?
It's huge. I'm trying to come off of what I consider a successful 2020 and, just staying consistent at the plate and, just working with all of our hitting guys and giving them an idea of what I've been working on and just continuing to do that.
Next is Joe Trezza.
Cedric, what does it feel like to be as locked in as you are at the plate right now?
It's relaxing. I'm able to go up there, stay locked in on my bats, putting good swings on the baseball. That's all I ever want is hard contact, spraying the ball really well. And then it translates on defense, staying locked in each pitch, able to stay with the ball, stay with the sun. It's been a crazy weekend with that. But, it's really important to stay locked in right now.
John Mioli.
Cedric, this is the third year in a row that you guys have gotten off to good starts. What do you think is behind that? And what does that feel like to start seasons this way as a team?
I think the synergy that we have as a team is really strong. We're a group of guys that have been playing with each other for a few years now. And everything is just starting to click. We get an idea of our playing style, how to keep guys' heads up, keep guys' heads in the game, regardless of whether they're having success or not, and it's showing.
Final question from Joe Trezza.
Cedric, what is it like to be a part of a 7-run inning like you guys were today, where it seems like everybody's contributing up and down the lineup?
It's awesome. We're able to put up a huge inning like that, and I know we're capable of doing that many times over into the future. And it definitely gives our pitchers some leeway to, attack the zone, give them some room to breathe. And that's exactly what happened today. Bruce was able to go out there, made solid pitches, was able to work his stuff early and often, and we were able to pull out a win.
All right, that is it. Thank you so much, Cedric.
Thank you.